few weeks ago, I saw David from Mixbus TV and Audio Animals review this unit, the Pandora from WesAudio. And we're going to check out how it sounds, because from the 2 reviews I saw of this thing so far, it's amazing and something that I think I'm going to be using every day. So I'm going to throw it in my new 500 series rack, and we're going to take a listen to how this sounds and compare this to something you might be more familiar with, like FabFilter Pro MB and maybe a couple other multiband compressors. Now, this beast of a 500 series takes up 3 slots, so it's taking up a good chunk of the Titan, but as you can see, it only uses 2 for the stereo, but because it's 3 bands, that's why I think we have 3 different things going here. Oh my God, I can't wait to put this in. Okay, so in 2 seconds, this should be all set up, or for you, it'll be set up in no time because of internet magic. So I have the Pandora inside my 500 series Titan rack right now. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna take a listen to how this sounds on various audio examples, starting with mix buses, then going to instruments and vocals. And then I'm gonna compare it to FabFilter Pro MB, which was my favorite multi-band compressor before I got this. And then I'll show you how the controls work in case you're interested in getting one, just so you can see the workflow. So without further ado, let's hop into the audio examples. Now remember, this is a digitally controlled hardware unit. So you're going to be seeing a plugin on my screen, which is controlling the hardware, but this is not a plugin that's doing any digital processing. It's all happening inside here. So I'm going to start with this bypassed, and then we'll bring it in. This thing is so sweet. I mean, I can't get over how great this unit is. I'm stoked about it. Let's move on to the next audio example. All right, so as you maybe hear, hopefully through YouTube, this little tiny multiband compressor really brings tracks out in a way that I don't have anything else that does this. I have compressors, I have EQs. This is everything all in one, and it's really easy to use. So if you are thinking about getting out of the box, I feel like this is a perfect introduction, this thing, because relatively it's not that expensive compared to analog multiband compressors. I mean, you're talking thousands and thousands of dollars, and you're getting this for less than $1,500. So let's move on to a dance track. Amazing. All right, and last, let's do a pop beat. All right, so now let's go to a full mix, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put this on vocals and then the drums, and we're gonna compare this in the same settings and level matched to Pro MB. All right, so starting out with the vocals, I'll have them bypassed, I'll bring this in, and then go back and forth between the Pandora and FabFilter's Pro MB.
Every night I think about something I said, something you did, conversations we had, now you're dead.
So I'm going to open up the Pro MB now, and let's go back and forth between Pandora and FabFilter Pro MB.
Every night I I think about something I said, something you did, conversations we had, now you're dead. Every day I see your shadow with me. How could this be? Now you're always with me. Now you're dead.
So now let's head over to the drums, starting in bypass. All right, now bringing FabFilter's Pro MB back in, starting with the Pandora. All right, now these are aggressive settings, but I just wanted you to hear because we lose so much of that low end in the digital FabFilter Pro MB, and this WesAudio Pandora handles that low end in a way that is so fucking sweet. Let's take a listen to the full mix of this song, starting with the bypassed mix, then I'll bring the Pandora in, and then we'll do FabFilter versus Pandora.
Every night I think about something I said, something you did, conversations we had, now you're dead. Every day I see your shadow with me. How could this be? Now you're always with me. Now you're dead. Sometimes I think about my life and I don't understand nothing. I just know that I love you.
All right, let's do that one more time, starting with the Pandora and then going to FabFilter Pro MB.
Now you're dead. Now you're dead. You taught me that life is just a game and that nothing really matters. It's always round the corner. Thank you for everything you gave me. You always had my back, yeah. You always had the time for me. Every night I think about something I said, something you did, conversations we had, now you're dead.
All right, pretty sweet, and in my opinion, it's night and day. The low end, the high end, the mid-range, the depth, the sound of the pumpiness of the compression. This thing handles it all, and it's got crazy headroom. I mean, I'm really pushing a lot of level into it with this one, just for this demo, and it still sounds amazing. Can't say enough good things. All right, so I'm going to head back to one of the earlier beats that we had, and I'm going to show you how this thing works. What you have is a 3-band EQ. You have your crossovers, which you can move around right here, and it shows you the frequency right there. Same with the high band, and the mid band gets expanded as that moves over. You have your threshold, your output, a 1.5 to 10 ratio range, and 0.1 to 30 for attack, 0.1 to 1.2 for release, as well as an auto release, which sounds awesome. Then you have per band THD. Now, if you don't know what THD is, it is total harmonic distortion, which adds saturation to the sound. So having this per band is crazy because you can just add some to the low end, you can add some to the mids, the highs, and then you can blend everything in with this dry wet knob. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play this audio and I'm just going to be engaging the THD so you can hear the difference between the THDs. I'm going to start up high, then introduce the mids and lows, and I'll bypass it and you can hear what it does. Now, one thing that's pretty cool about this is, say we had everything on high, which would sound pretty distorted. If we bring back that wet knob so it's pretty dry, what you get is some amazing saturation over the entire mix. And then maybe you want to bring the mids down to medium or turn that off. Check this out. It's an amazing saturator just on its own. So don't think of this as a multiband compressor. Think of this as a 3-band saturation EQ, as well as just an EQ. And then on top of that, you got multiband compression. So now let's do some EQing on this track, not touching the compression whatsoever. And mind you, this wet knob that I have is at 57%, so I was just EQing right there just without it having all the way up. Obviously, if that was all the way up, these THDs might be too much. So actually, let me disengage these or bring them back down to medium at least. And now let's take a look at the compression. So you're hearing these highs, and what I want to do is I want to maintain the sparkle and the lift that I have, but I want to bring back some of the harshness using the threshold. So let's take a listen, and I'll go through these different ratios and attack settings and see where I find the sweet spot. All right, let's go to the mid bands now. And now let's control the low end on this. Now, I didn't mention this before, but you also have sidechain filters on the low end and on the high end. So what we can do is I can have it not use anything below 60, 90, or 150 to enact the compressor. It doesn't mean that the compressor is not going to compress those sounds. It's just not going to trigger them. So listen to how much more low end I can have come through as I engage the 60, the 90, and then 150. pretty sweet. Let's take a listen on the high end. If you're finding that you're getting too much abrasive highs by pushing this up here, enabling the sidechain filter really can help open things up. So this is WesAudio Pandora, my new favorite piece of gear I have in my studio by far. The only piece I need left is the 2BQ. I swear to God, I'm gonna have that within a year. I know it. Let me know what you guys think. Does anyone else have one of these? I've been waiting. I bought this the day I saw some of the reviews come out on it, and I was waiting patiently for a few weeks. It felt like months, and finally I have this little beast, and it's going to be on everything because I'm obsessed. All right, you guys, I'll catch you guys soon. Peace.